Lou isn't just another face in the crowd. In every story, every gathering, every late-night memory, there's Lou, bright, loud, and unforgettable. When Lou walks into a room, people don't just notice, they shift. Conversations bend, laughter follows, and somehow life feels more alive when Lou is around. People say some cities are built on bricks, some on steel, but Lou's town is built on Lou's energy. Think of the countless birthdays Lou has saved from being dull, the arguments Lou has cooled down with a single joke, the silence Lou has filled with stories that somehow feel larger than life. For some, Lou is a friend. For others, Lou is the secret glue that holds fragile connections together. And for many, Lou is the reason they believe that ordinary days can still hold something extraordinary. But here's the thing. People don't notice how much someone means until they imagine losing them. The town might not admit it out loud, but deep down they all know if Lou leaves, the heart leaves with them. Toronto, with its shining lights and endless promises, may seem tempting, but for Lou's city the thought is terrifying. It's like imagining a world where the sun doesn't rise or where the streets echo with silence instead of laughter. And so, whenever the rumor begins, Lou might be moving. The mood shifts. People get quiet. They look around at one another as if they're all thinking the same thing, but too afraid to say it. Life without Lou? It doesn't feel possible. Yet the possibility hangs in the air, heavy and unspoken. Toronto is not just a city on the map, it's a promise. A promise of bigger dreams, louder streets, and endless chances to become someone new. For someone like Lou, the pull is powerful. Imagine Lou stepping out of a subway station and being swallowed by a sea of strangers, each one chasing their own destiny. The energy of Toronto is electric, like the city is alive and breathing, whispering to every newcomer, "Here, you can be anything." For Lou, it's tempting. Back home, Lou is already a legend, but legends sometimes crave bigger stages. And Toronto? It offers one. Towering buildings reflect the ambitions of millions. Cafes hum with conversations in dozens of languages. Music spills out from street corners. Even at midnight, the city doesn't sleep. It dares you to keep up. For someone restless, someone curious, Toronto feels like an open door waiting to be walked through. But it's more than just skyscrapers and opportunities. Toronto carries with it the idea of reinvention. Lou could shed the expectations of the old town and start again. No one would know the stories, the history, the weight of being that person everyone depends on. Lou could just disappear into the crowd and maybe in that freedom find a new version of life. A version where the days aren't measured by how many people you've saved, but by how far you've come. And yet there's danger in that temptation. Because Toronto doesn't just invite, it consumes. It makes you want to stay. Once Lou sets foot in its rhythm, there's no guarantee of coming back. For Lou's old city, that's the nightmare. For Lou, it's the dream. If Lou leaves, it won't be like one person packing a bag and catching a bus. No, it will be like pulling the first brick out of a fragile wall. The whole structure trembles, and suddenly nothing feels steady anymore. Lou has always been more than a friend. Lou is the spark that lights the fire in people who would otherwise sit in silence. Without that spark, the fire dies out. The ripple begins quietly. Friday nights grow dull. The favorite cafe on the corner feels emptier, even though the tables are still full. Friends gather, but their conversations don't flow the same. There's a pause where Lou's voice used to be. Jokes land flat, arguments linger longer, and someone always whispers, "Remember when Lou was here?" But the ripples don't stop with friends. The workplace starts to feel heavier. Lou, who once made stressful days bearable with a quick laugh or a clever idea, isn't there anymore. The weight of work presses down harder, and people realize how much lighter life felt with Lou around. Some pretend they're fine, but deep down they know they've lost something rare, a kind of joy that can't be replaced. And then comes the slow, painful realization. Lou wasn't just a person. Lou was a rhythm, a beat that made ordinary days dance. Without that beat, the city feels off-key, like a song missing its melody. People don't just miss Lou. They miss who they were when Lou was around. Because Lou had that power, to turn plain lives into stories worth remembering. So when the rumor spreads that Lou might be thriving in Toronto, the ripple turns into a wave. A wave of jealousy, regret, and longing. They ask themselves, did we take Lou for granted? And maybe deep down they know the answer. Toronto shines like a jewel from far away, but up close its edges are sharp. For every light glowing in a condo tower, there's a story of someone drowning in rent. For every busy street buzzing with ambition, there's a corner where loneliness grows like a shadow. The city is big, too big. And sometimes when you are just one face in a crowd of millions, you stop feeling like yourself. You become invisible. Imagine Lou stepping into that cold. The winters bite harder than anyone warns you. The streets, once alive with music and chatter, turn into wind tunnels of silence. People rush past, faces hidden in scarves, eyes glued to the ground. In Lou's hometown, one smile could change a day. In Toronto, smiles are rare currency. People keep them tucked away like something too expensive to spend. And then there's the pressure. Toronto doesn't just welcome you, it tests you. It asks, what do you have to offer? How long can you survive here? The city doesn't wait for you to catch your breath. It moves fast, demanding rent, demanding work, demanding you to prove your worth every single day. For someone like Lou, who has always given to others, this weight could break even the strongest spirit. So while Lou's friends imagine the glamour of the big move, they forget the other side, the exhaustion, the isolation, the nights spent staring out at endless towers of glass, wondering if you made the right choice. Toronto may look like freedom, but sometimes freedom feels like a cage. And maybe, just maybe, the city doesn't deserve Lou at all. But what if the story takes a different turn? What if Toronto, instead of swallowing Lou, becomes the stage where Lou grows bigger than ever? Picture this. Lou stepping off that bus, suitcase in hand, eyes wide open, not afraid of the noise, not afraid of the cold. Instead of shrinking in the crowd, Lou shines brighter. Toronto doesn't consume Lou. It bends to Lou's rhythm. In this version of the story, the city's weight becomes fuel. Every skyscraper becomes a challenge to climb. Every subway ride a lesson in resilience. Every sleepless night a chance to build something new. Lou's laughter echoes across apartments where strangers become friends. Lou's energy turns unknown streets into familiar territory. The same city that breaks many ends up lifting Lou higher. Soon Lou isn't just surviving, Lou is thriving. Connections spark like fireworks. Opportunities chase Lou instead of the other way around. The once lonely condo lights up with voices, music, stories. People start saying Lou's name not only back home but here too. In coffee shops, in offices, in hidden corners of the city, whispers rise, "Have you met Lou?" And the cruelest twist? Back in the hometown, life feels emptier than ever. People scroll through social media and see Lou smiling in pictures against the Toronto skyline. They wonder, did we hold Lou back? Did we push Lou away by not realizing how much Lou mattered? The regret digs deeper because Lou didn't just move. Lou became unstoppable. In this reality, Toronto doesn't just take Lou away, it gives Lou wings. And the city that once feared losing Lou now faces the harshest truth of, they didn't just lose Lou, they lost the chance to be the place where Lou became great. The thought of Lou leaving isn't just a rumor anymore. It's a shadow stretching across every street, every familiar place back home. People can feel it in the air like a storm rolling in. The laughter that once echoed through late-night gatherings fades to silence. Friends sit around tables, drinks untouched, each of them thinking the same thing but too afraid to say it out loud. What happens if Lou is gone? For years, Lou was the rhythm, the pulse, the heartbeat that kept life alive in a place that might otherwise have gone quiet. Without that heartbeat, everything slows. Music doesn't sound the same. Nights feel longer. Even the air feels heavier, like the city itself is mourning before the goodbye has even happened. And yet, far away, Toronto glows like a stage light calling Lou forward. The possibility feels both exciting and cruel, because if Lou thrives there, the old city will never get Lou back. The streets that once lit up with Lou's energy will be dim forever. Friends will tell stories of Lou like legends from a past era, nostalgic tales of the time when life was brighter, when one person could make the world feel alive. This is the breaking point. The place where fear, love, pride, and regret collide. People wonder, should they fight to keep Lou, beg Lou to stay, confess how much they need Lou? Or is it too late? Because maybe Lou has already made the choice. And if so, then this isn't just a goodbye. It's the start of a new life where they'll only ever be spectators, watching from a distance as Lou writes a story without them. The city holds its breath, waiting for the answer. But here's the cruelest part. Maybe this entire fear, this endless what if, isn't just a warning. Maybe it's already the truth. Perhaps while everyone was busy whispering about the possibility, Lou quietly packed the bags, booked the ticket, and slipped away under the cover of night. No grand announcement, no final goodbye, just gone. And now, as the old city wonders if Lou might leave, Toronto might already be calling Lou its own. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe Lou never planned to leave at all. Maybe Lou has been watching the panic, listening to the silence and realizing for the first time just how much the city depends on that spark. Maybe Lou is still here, walking the same streets, waiting to see if anyone will finally say the words they've been too afraid to speak. We need you. That's the twist. Nobody knows. The truth sits in the air, unspoken and heavy, like a question that doesn't want an answer. Is Lou still here? Or has the story already shifted to Toronto? God forbid Lou moves. But what if Lou already did? The screen fades to black.